Diabetes Insipidus by Candice Burgess, Kylie Ogle, and Rebecca Liang. Meet George and Lucy. They work together, and George has been noticing some symptoms that Lucy has been exhibiting and decides to ask her about them.
Hey Lucy, I've noticed you going to the bathroom a lot lately. Is something wrong?
Oh, thanks for asking, George. Yes, I have been going to the bathroom a lot, and I am always so thirsty. At first I thought I had diabetes mellitus, but after seeing my doctor and having a few blood and urine tests, my doctor says that I have diabetes insipidus, probably as a result of taking lithium treatments.
Whoa, diabetes insipidus. What's that?
Well, normally when the body begins to get dehydrated, osmoreceptors in the brain detect the concentration of solutes in the blood. When these solutes reach a certain level, the osmoreceptors signal the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus then sends a signal to the posterior pituitary to release the antidiuretic hormone, or ADH. When ADH is released into the bloodstream, it makes its way to the kidneys, specifically the nephron, where it attaches to a vasopressin protein receptor. The vasopressin protein receptors are located on the distal convoluted tubule portion of the glomerulus, specifically the basolateral membrane side beside the capillary. The ADH will cross the membrane of the capillary and go towards the ADH receptor. Once the ADH attaches to the receptor, a chain reaction is initiated. The receptor activates the G protein, which then activates adenylate cyclase. Adenylate cyclase converts ATP into CAMP. CAMP activates protein kinase, which then causes the aquaporin storage vesicle to attach to the cell membrane and insert the aquaporins.
Lucy, I think I gotta go.
Just wait! I'm not finished. Once the aquaporins are inserted into the membrane, water moves from the collecting duct into the cell to be reabsorbed into the surrounding capillary beds. This increased reabsorption of water would then decrease the concentration or osmolarity of blood solutes and increase the osmolarity of the urine. Once the blood has been diluted enough, the osmoreceptors shut off the signal to the hypothalamus and the release of ADH stops. In my case, the lithium treatments have destroyed the vasopressin protein receptors. Because ADH and the protein receptors work like lock and key, the ADH can no longer fit into the receptor, and so the aquaporins are not inserted into the cell membrane. Without aquaporins, the cell is not permeable to water and cannot move water from the ICF to the ECF. Therefore, my body is unable to retain water. That's why I'm always so thirsty and why I always go to the bathroom.
Gee, Lucy, you sure know a lot about diabetes insipidus. You taught me more than I think I care to know.
Summary. Diabetes insipidus is the inability to maintain water levels within homeostatic levels due to a dysfunction in the negative feedback loop. The hormone responsible is ADH or vasopressin. Symptoms are excessive thirst, frequent urination, and risk of electrolyte imbalance. Key concept: normal homeostasis. There are two ways that the body monitors normal blood osmolarity. The first way is that there's too much water consumed. The baroreceptors signal the brain of the increased blood volume and there's low osmolality. The hypothalamus inhibits the release of ADH and the nephrons remain impermeable to water. Large volumes of dilute urine are produced. In the second way, you are either dehydrated or have excessive sweating. The osmoreceptors detect the rise in osmolality and signal the brain. The hypothalamus signals the pituitary to release ADH. ADH causes the aquaporin insertion and the water is reabsorbed into the bloodstream, and a small volume of concentrated urine is produced. Summary of abnormal physiology. In Lucy's case, she was taking a medication, lithium, that destroyed the vasopressin protein receptors. The ADH is not able to then connect with the vasopressin, causing the aquaporins to not be inserted into the cell membrane. Without the aquaporins, the cell is not permeable to water and cannot move water from the ICF to the ECF. There are three main kinds of diabetes insipidus: nephrogenic diabetes insipidus, which is dysfunction in the kidneys; central diabetes insipidus, which is dysfunction in the brain; and dyspogenic diabetes insipidus, which is a dysfunctional thirst mechanism. Thank you for watching.
Created using Powtoon.